Hello, everyone. Welcome to a pretty good, feels good episode of Bodied Cloud Fest. I'm just happy and I'm joined by Frozencreek.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going better than I expected going into last weekend. Things are cool. Things are chill. Things are dope.
Yeah, good. It's almost 70 degrees in Michigan, so life is pretty good. I got my first vaccine tomorrow too, so.
I was sick. I got my second next week.
Oh, cool. So you'll be vaxxed and I'll be halfway vaxxed.
Yeah, I'll be ready to just do whatever and.
Yeah, like go out in
that's
public
how
with
it
a
works,
mask on
right?
and not really
I
go to
can
the bar
just-
still, and
I can lick doorknobs again.
yeah, and street lamps and stuff.
Yeah, just lick everything. I'm immune. I'm impervious to all bacterium and diseases now.
Or what vaccine did you get?
I got the Pfizer one.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get. I'm pretty sure at our mass vax site at Ford Field where the Lions play. So excited to go back in there because it's been like 2 years since I've been there.
Oh, geez, that's a long time.
Yeah,
not how you pictured returning to the stadium.
Yeah, exactly. But while we're on the topic of a failing team that wears blue, let's not talk about the Lions and let's switch to a winning team that wears blue.
Yes, we got a lot of dubs this weekend. The Halo team, there wasn't many tweets about it, so I couldn't actually watch the game, and it seems like half the time matches aren't even streamed. But Halo got their second championship in a row for the Halo. They do those weekly or weekly Halo, pro circuit, tournament things. We got our second one. I think we beat Sentinels. It might have been like 3-2 or 3-1. But we won our second championship in a row. The Halo team is still going strong. I'm really glad that they're continuing to succeed because they don't get a lot of coverage, but it's good that we recognize you, Cloud9 Halo team, and we show our support as you continue to show you are one of the top teams in professional Halo.
Yeah, shout out to them. It sounds like it might not have been stream live. Is that correct?
I don't think so, because I remember seeing a tweet just being like, "Oh, by the way, Halo won their second championship in a row," and I didn't recall seeing like any sort of tweet saying like, "Hey, they're playing" or anything. Because usually that's how I tune into the matches. If Cloud9 doesn't tweet it, I don't know if they're playing or not.
Yeah, actually same, because if not, I just don't see it unless it's League, and then I'm prepped to watch it, but that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think League is really the only scheduled thing that we have that's fairly consistent. Everything else is you have to kind of find out about it like a couple days beforehand just to be able to watch it.
Yeah, and it feels like the scheduling for other esports isn't quite as consistent and easy to find. So
no, yeah, it does also help that League is franchised while the others are not.
Yeah, unfortunately.
At least I think so. I'm not sure about Halo. Valorant sure isn't. Let's see. I guess I should mention just HenryG did announce that yesterday. I think it was yesterday. He officially had parted ways with Cloud9. So I guess you could say the dream is officially dead for the Colossus, as we say. We say Das Vidanya to a dream that was maybe too good to be true.
Yeah. I guess that does like solidify that the team is now dead.
Yeah,
and that they are done.
Yeah, I can't really say much because I don't know much about GMing in general. Um, I think if maybe under better circumstances, it would have worked out better. But he seems really bummed out about it because I think this was a project he was really passionate about and really wanted to succeed, but it just didn't. Through a number of factors. And you can't really for being bummed about it. Like on paper, the team did look it looked like a pretty banger of a roster, and we were going to see some really dope games, but then it kind of fizzled. But maybe
Yeah.
we'll see a better roster in the future. Who knows? I do know that we have a attack shooter roster that is pulling out the big guns because Cloud9 Blue did the unthinkable as we beat GenG 2-0 Frozen 2-0 and advanced to the round of 8 in the VCT Stage 2 Open Qualifier.
Yeah, that's super hype.
It was a hype match. We beat them at a time which seldom do. Like we really struggled with the run. It's kind of like those. But it was definitely a pretty stressful and exciting match. We worked them on a session. Icebox, which I think was a pick. But we kind of had some troubles. Rush was already Relics is kind of the player that you need to really be Bulls ready because Leaf was performing really well. I think Poise was doing all right. Mitch was doing all right. I think that you really need Zay doing really well. I think really you need Alex to kind of have a good day. And I think that's really the key to our success. Cause it was really weird watching him play. Cause like sometimes he would make like these really brilliant, amazing plays, and he would look fantastic. You'd be like, oh yes, he just got like 3 kills, and his position just right, and everything worked out. But then you'd have other rounds where he would die first, or he would just fail to clutch, and it just felt very like coin flippy. So I think that when Relics lands on heads, he looks really good, and it looks like like yes, this is the apex of our power. This is where we can really shine. But when he kind of struggles, I think the team it makes it harder for us to kind of convert round wins and everything, especially for down a man. Because he was like sort of the first to die, which I guess makes sense since he's an Omen player. When you're playing Omen, at least how we are right now, it seems like we have our roles kind of more rigidly defined and better defined. When you're playing Omen, you're kind of, I guess, like caught out because you're like lurking and you're trying to like place all these hooks. So you're kind of the victim. It's the kind of first ones to die when as many defense. What duelists kind of run entry stuff, but we pull up the 2-0. Did you know that all of the top 3 teams washed out of this event? the top 3 teams from the last from the Masters. That happened. Yeah, so Sentinels, FaZe, and GenG, who finished top 3 in in that order, like 1, 2, 3. They are all out now, which is extremely exciting.
Taman.
Yeah. It's
dropped. Huh.
Yeah. It's really interesting that this happened. Yeah, they got beat. And I think that it's really interesting kind of seeing that there's not a defined top team yet. Like, and I think that maybe the trip how we're kind of hearing CS:GO and that rosters are really good. Like, there's changes all the time. Like, people getting benched, like traded. People getting picked up. It seems really fluid, especially since Valorant's growing and seems to be more like people that have started with Valorant and have really kind of started to rise through it are getting recognition. And you also have like CS pros kind of coming over since CS, at least in North America, is on the way out. So it's this really weird thing where like it seems like every couple of weeks there's a shakeup and oh no, this team's really good and this team is garbage and other stuff like that. But it's really interesting. I'm really curious to see how we do in our next few matches. We play IMT, I think, this weekend, and Immortals is really good. So it's gonna be a tough one. I think that they're another team that we get really close to beating, but I don't think we beat them a lot. So it's gonna be tough, but I hope that the team is prepared. so we can win.
Or yeah, but it looks like we are already qualified though, right?
I think so. Or we qualified for the next part? Like how they're doing this is so confusing. And
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it says that
makes no sense.
or yeah, it says that we qualified, but I don't know what for.
Exactly. I don't know what for. It makes no sense. I think we qualify for the Challengers tournament, and I think if we place high enough in the Challengers tournament, I think maybe we go to the a Masters, and I think that maybe leads up to us going to Iceland. I have no idea. There's so many qualifiers
Okay,
that
so
are
this is for
layered in
the
other qualifiers. It's like an onion of qualifiers when you think about it.
okay, so this is a qualification for the pre-MSI Valorant tournament.
I think so. That is my understanding.
Okay, well, good, but oh, I guess it doesn't start for a month, but they do have to get on that because it starts May 6th. The MSI does.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait, really? It's May 6th?
So who knows?
That's only a month away.
Yeah, it's less now.
Jeez. Okay. Well, hopefully everything is all figured out then. But I guess we'll hopefully figure everything out. Moving on, there's really a whole lot to talk about. We can talk about Cloud9 Academy, and they beat Zeus Gaming 2-1 in a somewhat sloppy series.
Yeah, this was definitely not their best series yet. The mid laner, I'm blanking on his name right now. For Cloud9.
Copy?
Copy. Yeah. I I don't know much about Copy or how old he is, but I really don't think he's good enough right now. Um, he could still be young with a lot of growth potential and such, but he didn't really look that good
I
yesterday.
I think most of the team didn't really look good. I think it was mostly like King dragging us across the finish line, kicking and screaming. And
Yeah.
I think part of it was that we were just so confident in it, like, oh no, we're Cloud9, we're Cloud9. We can beat this no-name team. We don't Zeus Gaming. Who? Zeus who? So I think maybe part of it was we were a little overconfident. Zeus Gaming has been taking like no prisoners though. They have been on a tear in their whole like trajectory to get to this Proving Grounds tournament. They've just been beating like academy team after academy team, and they've been looking really scary. And they have some pretty good players, at least for their level of play. I know like a lot of people have actually been kind of asking other orgs to kind of pick them up and like give them an actual org to kind of be behind. And I kind of hope that happens because they're showing that there is an talent out there that is good and competitive. It's just that, hey, you have to actually look for it and actually, you know, give them a spotlight instead of, not.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that there's only like 2 non-academy teams or something like
I
that.
think it's mostly academy too.
Yeah. So I was super impressed with them against our Sean the jungler, really big meme, seemed pretty good. Dark Wings at the mid lane was pretty good. The support on name right now was pretty good too. So they might give teams a run in the
Lower bracket.
yeah.
I think they can make a lower bracket run and get up to the finals again because they were looking like the long team there, And this is like I think Aloran is the only one I think they play Academy or LCS prior. I think everyone else like I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I don't recognize anyone else, but Lauren was from he was on Oracles. When
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
really bad.
Yeah,
Well, they still are.
hey,
When
we're not a part of that thing anymore. He's got the minute break.
I'm looking at the stuff for the player on the team, and Lauren is 25.
Oh well.
Yeah, but Rhino, the support, was actually on Team Liquid Academy for split.
Oh, okay. Know that.
Me the total. He played on Rikara, Yui, Greg, and Jenkins.
Okay,
Fun
interesting.
fact.
Fun fact. Well, you should have seeded to play for Ricky.
I actually don't know yet.
Okay, we still okay. They have to do the whole lower bracket first.
Yeah, so we play winner of Eva Genius Academy and 100 Academy, and then I think the loser will go play Zeus Gaming.
Okay.
So I don't think that's until Thursday, but we go into the winner final, and then it wouldn't that be going to the grand final?
So many.
Yeah. So
concerns.
we have at the minimum if we're to out 3 cities left. So
hopefully, I think this year will at least like give them a lot to work on. You know, I think that it's probably really valuable that they have a series where like you guys won, but like you really struggled to convert these wins, and you had a lot of mistakes here. I think Strides can really bring this team in and be like, look, we have something we can actually work with. You know, now we like actually do things and in practice and stuff like that. So I think that has a lot of stuff that they can do. What did you think of King Ezreal? Because something that I haven't seen anyone on Ezreal do so far, at least in the current Mythics era of League of Legends.
yeah. So Ezreal game 3 built Leandry's what it's called.
Yeah, you built Landry's third. Again, I really rush Ezreal, then you get Mien. And sometimes you get time jump.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mythic Hamster just so bad on Ezreal Warrior is really a good one. It actually seems better to just defer buying one and to just get regular items, which is weird. And he still like does a boat of damage, but so I've seen some people go like Duskblade. I've seen some people go like Trinity Force or Divine Sunder was when I think people went for a little while. This one was the injuries, which I had not seen before. When he got it, he was doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. I'd see why it would be good because I feel like it's a strong item overall. But yeah, once he got that, he really took off because that game was a
I think certain his ult was doing like 2/3 of someone's health. Just like they'd be full, like 2/3 of their health, and then they're like, well, I guess I can't fight anymore.
And you can your W like it's super good too. So I can see why the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're back in action on day 6 p.m. versus the winner of 100 Thieves Academy and Evil Genius Academy tonight. So we'll be back before then.
Yeah, hopefully they play well. I'm really excited to see what they do next. But transition from small topics about the thing I don't know if you heard Frozen, but Cloud beat Team Blue at best of 5 series for the first time in 5 years. 3-1.
Yeah, and I would call it a stomp. The game draft, it was just like bad. The game draft that
I think
that we lost.
There's not much to say about Game 2, just in that you gave Team with so many hidden shields that you did a lot of sustain damage, and we drafted first. Pretty much like there was nothing we could do. Games were hurt. I played really well. I think we actually drafted really well. I really kind of flex muscles. We did some early game stuff immediately, and and we played
Callista.
And Callista, yeah. So we were we played some early game comps to kind of snowball with that, and I think Labber did a really good job. This is maybe some of the best jungling I've seen from him. He forced no unnecessary fights. He was pathing really well. His control over neutrals was, and the vision was really good, especially on Nilly. He played reasonably. This is the fight I always want to see. He seemed really calm, really collected. He controlled it perfectly. He paid a lot of attention to play. I think was part of the reason why we won. Is we were able to just really all we do is just get a kills on Afari. Afari was useless, and it seemed like he was Team Liquid's biggest win condition. After that, Perks would take over the game as Silas and kill a bunch of people, or Sven, Jinx, Quadril, and just Aaron, easily. Do it game 4. It was we just kind of murdered all of them. So it was really great to see kind of have a really nice level for the most part. Game 2 kind of not
yeah, two going into so top is the sneaky immediate issue set.
Yeah, I think it's okay to redo this since you're fighting one the first game. Doesn't read all you really by show. I think at very worst, it's time when industries go okay, Dragon work at same wise. Let's do what actually planned to do in a comp we test around that. So I think that what they did is fine. I guess it was a little upsetting that we get it though.
But yeah, that game comp was one pick from it had the master, but
kind of honest
or
yeah.
But I feel like the 2 or 3 big storylines come down to team overall, but Fudge outing Fari and for shape Santorin Black, and just absolutely control games. Why? Because Blabber was ganking more. He was farming more, and he was taking objectives all on the map, and shell shock.
Yeah, Blabber's movement throughout the game was good. It really didn't make too many mixed up. Really, it was just greedy. It can't be. granted, it's like because you know, you felt that you could do it, just beat it. Not really it. Like we played really well. I think Fudge really deserves a lot of praise just for remember when he started in lock-in, he getting just completely destroyed by Elfari and by all the other top laners, and he hurts him forever. When it seems to be like one of these sole conditions for Team Liquid, and you took him on, which was, I think they were like this powerful pick. If you take away the pick on what you level with Fudge, and also gang time the couple takes try just running top lane, and team really do out.
I have team already got like the whole because he's better when from that game, but even to lock in really a game I've had really hard read them like was the first or second game got series and he was behind OG pretty much. Like, and he doesn't look like Jensen that I was saw Cloud9 impact look kind of bad.
I think your blame is somewhat tied to the variables because they go can really was like hope it's not too far behind and you can go beat him against when you're actually getting. I think that wasn't really that, but I guess more like a team. I did not like HenryG seems to be more trans into this. I'd say he's more of a because he looked at Plumody. I saw a lot of him play Ari. I think he went to a really bad. I don't know, his Ari game can out you through even with ultimate. He next like what else? Yes, not. So Ari didn't work out. And Seraphine. Then his he tried playlist, but just tries better. So, he kind of struggled to carry there, and then you playing on it. It be the nutrition versus style more of a support mid laner. Instead, Perks I think is not be like the carry laner, but I think he's works really well with fighting and 5 times, and we're already kind of bored, so he really works with one. I see that he still has the his loose wages because he's able to do every skill shot you throw at him.
Yeah,
that's just something that but it's so impressive.
I would imagine practice. I guess not that note. What was your favorite moment? I guess of this season.
I think it was probably game 3 where Perks got a quadric, and then later Sven got like a quad himself. Just the output of damage, like even our guys, like he was able to like narrowly 2-1.
Oh.
He was able to like do a bear here, and he was saying and Sorry.
Yeah, it was close.
Which is
Team for Patrick and Alfari and what Udyr tried to dive Jinx and then kill Jinx.
yeah, we're so
Yeah,
Raj
in Raj the EQ dog.
yeah.
And
Which is hilarious.
or yeah, it's like this is fine and like Rise squad kill. It's like oh,
what's this? That went really well for. I think that we like our team we took it for, you know, it was actually you had 2 weeks to prepare for this match. If you're not ready to play, and if you're not, you know, it's kind of dub, or at least really making it really kind of did something. We did a really good job. So I'm happy with one day. Do you want to say because that?
yeah.
That has to be question.
I did all of it so I was all over the place.
Like I did.
But this is not bad at all.
It's really good in the in kind of slowly decline. I think everyone, you know, I've seen talk, especially from Hunter, is shout out to I I watched the episode. They were how like, you know, expectation was that for the place and did. It was a frustrating series mostly because they would have leads. You know, like they really. I'm not sure all 4 of those games. They had really good early games. You know, they were getting kills. You know, I think AI on one of the games, he got a double kill on the early. You know what? That's really good. That's what you want. You know, so they're improving all these advantages. They're all these really good gameplay having. And I'm not sure if it's just they just don't know, or there's a vacation issue or what. But the game would just keep where TSM would just start beating them up and winning fights, and then they would just roll over and die. And it frustrates me to watch. You know, it happens so often where 100 Thieves have a really good early game, and then they would die. And I don't know what's really behind it. Some people are saying like some that him play his game. I think Closer was really trying. In the game, he looked really good, but when it came to the mid, there seemed to be like some issues with Jin King or something, you know, coordinating because he was having a lot of trouble leveraging early game advantages towards the mid and late game. You know, their bodies own struggles, and so you know, it was just a frustrating. You ate a lot of 100 leaves, and like 10 after really good stuff. It feels like a just like 100 just transfer their advantage. You know, they bunch of stuff and they win. Then it does get away.
And it doesn't seem like any to that are either a spot lane and then or in that active Ion with who you jump.
Yeah, Rice seems to like really need to be on control just because he played from mid. You know, in a couple of his games, but he seemed to just really struggle to take it like work. He seemed a lot workable and a lot better launches. We did put on it. They put somebody on Jace. And it seemed like they just couldn't figure out how to make Jace work, because he was individually, it looked like he was doing all right, but with the rest of the team, it just seemed so and they were trying to want to do. That seems really maybe the assistant doing what he needs. I think it's quite likely. And I think almost really good. I think this is the best guy I've seen her do. You kind of get memed a lot for being Ioma. There's conversation about like Ryoma versus Demonte and what's kind of really going on, and should they have really subbed out Demonte and how mess up their whole synergy for I don't know, just since they headed more towards these control mazes. I don't know. I think they definitely. I think for summer they need to just take a mid laner and stick with it. Even if Demonte is struggling, just stick with Demonte to try and to do something. Instead of kind of what they did, which I think is maybe it might have been similar to what happened. I think last year, 100 Thieves had maybe a similar thing where Ryoma they had a mid laner and he was struggling, and they put in Ryoma, and Ryoma tried his best. It's kind of weird, but I need to fix it and just say, all right, we have this mid laner, your mid laner.
Yeah, and it just seems that excuse me, it seems that Ryoma's like not, or his like idea as a player is not, doesn't match 100 like quote unquote how they want to play the game, but like don't actually how they want to play the game, just say that they want to play the game.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe it's enough that they are out, and I guess I'm valid look at the stat, or I looked at betting at it. It seemed like it's favored 7% chance of winning. Do you think that's appropriate?
Like a clean 50, just like
57.
57. Okay. Would they be on? I think they maybe like a half shot. Maybe like the thing watching the TSM series was them. They struggled in the early game a lot, and they kind of came alive during the mid game. They're advisor capitalizing on 100 Thieves stakes. They can do the same thing against Team Liquid. Team Liquid is a smarter team. I think that they would not allow. I imagine if they would intervention, they're not going to let it go. I think hold on a little more. I think who's been a real MVP of TSM to always be the one, like he got almost every single game in that 100 Thieves series, and it was always him. I think coming to revigorate the team after like a good day, and following that up with Power of Evil. So I believe them two that are really pushing TSM over the humps to get wins. So the question is, TL how evil enough to make it to where they win.
Yeah. If we see the team look at that showdown last week, I think he can win because the first series there was closer than what it felt like.
Yeah.
I think I'm down to those top lane matchups. Like Fudge, happy to just play Zion. or take some team or oriented, but who will go up there and punch at Alpha for 5
It will
games.
be on more of a carry-oriented champion. If that's what who wants. Because you don't really be like, okay, team player guys, I'll play this the boring tank. You know, maybe giving that I can like fight with, and I can do something with, you know, later, to other people. You know, so I think that's definitely how Cooney likes to go at it.
Yeah, and I think power of Evil's been average for him. I think what be that factor is shows a bot lane between a lost and tackle. If one can fight, I think that specific team chance to win.
Yeah.
But I think the good thing about Cloud9 is sad. The winner has less 24 turnaround on Sunday. 3 to 5 games of Cloud9 plus a week off.
Yeah, I think that scene now is being pretty good. They're able to kind of review their liquid footage, ESM footage. Oh, and then this Saturday, they're able to have both teams are going to be playing. So at least they were working with, you know, TSM might have a whole lot different. This team or TSM, right? It's going to be really tough because, you know, you have to pull back, you know, and then okay, prepare all week for Team Liquid, and then you go Sunday. It's like, okay, now we play, you know, you kind of have going to a really big disadvantage there. Whoever we face, it's gonna be really tough. I think Team Liquid more prepared for next time. I think the same tried to last work again, but hope that we be able to come up where we face and have a shiny trophy.
Yeah, and a schedule to Iceland.
I think that the big thing is that playoff perks is activated, and we just need to keep playoff perks, and make sure everyone's practicing really good. But I'm excited this Sunday. It's gonna be the finals. Who do you think they're gonna announce for MVP? I know they do that. I think same day. I think
it seems like everyone. I don't know. The dive seems hard on Fluffy, but I feel like Blabber was harder like for
the majority of the
4.5 out 6 weeks. Yeah.
He for the majority of the string he has been he was agent that I could really contend with, and like last year we only played like basically for Gragas, and it's like it was 2 champions. He really ran people. I see art for Alfredo. Team Liquid really way how and the definition of most valued player is the most valued on the team. So, you know, I see Alfredo being most valued for Team Liquid. Who are the other only like 4 candidates left?
I don't know any of them are serious contenders.
No, I
might be one.
Maybe Power Evil. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think it's gonna probably come down to Fire or Bladder. That's really tough. I think they're both balance. But aside, I think that I think that you're just gonna have to. We're just gonna wait and see.
In my obviously biased opinion, I think Blabbermouth should win, but that's fine. Either way, if he doesn't win, he has more to prove on Sunday if the team Liquid goes through. But do you have anything else, Ed?
No, I can't really think of anything. Just started this weekend, and I hope we get some good news.
Yeah, me too. The groups are for. I really look forward to talking about them next week.
Yeah, same.
But one last thing. Watching international games.
Keeping I watched the LCS. Mad Lions, I think, are becoming my favorite European team.
I really mad.
They're basically what Golden Guardians did, but really became successful.
Yeah. Human is really good. So I like that, but I watched FPX destroy RNG this morning, which is stupid. RNG was trying to for playoffs, so FPX clean swept. So it'd be fun to run into them at MSI.
Yeah, I know some of the other players wanted to kind of face our bot lane. So I'm hoping we can go. I really want to see, especially after last year when we were kind of denied in MSI. It feels like we're kind of owed one. So
yeah, so too. But yeah, I think we'll know this weekend how MSI is shaped and if we care.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us at C9 Bodied, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. See you next time, guys. Bye.